fact that half of all black men in America are unemployed, that nearly half of all of our children grow up in poverty. Poverty dictates a certain type of a diet, a very low income, malnourished, very sweet, eat on the go type of a diet. If you look at a lot of our neighborhoods, the fast food restaurant chains predominate in all of the black neighborhoods. This is not a coincidence. When the black community came under attack by the CIA and FBI in the early 70s, late 60s, when the crack was dropped off in the 80s, the mass incarceration of black men led to the disintegration of the black family. Capitalism, seeing this, rushed in to capitalize on the fact that black people were no longer operating as family. If we're not operating as family, we're not eating as family, which means that we're often eating alone and on the go. The fact that many black parents have to work 2 and 3 jobs to pay the bills dictates I got to get my breakfast on the move, my lunch on the move, my dinner on the move. So capitalism saw this and they said, hey, we can get paid off the fact that black people are often on the go and have to eat as they go, that they have to eat a low energy diet, a low income diet. And then on top of that, they're not eating as a family, which means they're spending more time outside of the home. So this situation, believe it or not, our diet is largely related to the systematic destruction of the black family. I'm gonna go a step further though. When we talk about diet, as a psychologist, we often look at the intersection between spirituality and diet. And although food diet is critically important, thought diet is as important. I don't think black people, African people understand the extent to which how you think, every thought is a thing that manifests itself in your physical dwelling. You cannot think a negative thought except to create a negative thought molecule in your body. Every thought creates an atom, a molecule in the person. So a lot of the disease that we're catching is as much related to the impoverished diet as it is related to the impoverished psyche or thought processes of African people. Cancer is being triggered by negativity as much as it is by the foods that we eat. You look at diabetes, that's being triggered by the anxieties and the fears as much as it is by the sugary sweets. One of the things people have often pondered, they say, well, how can we have vegans or vegetarians who are still coming up with cancer and they eat no animal products whatsoever? How do you explain this? With no trace of cancer in the genetics, so it's not inherited. You have to look at the spiritual diet and in the thought diet. You can eat well, but that's only one aspect of reality. You have to think well, you also have to live well. And we tend to isolate these. Psychology over here, food over here, lifestyle over here. That trinity of lifestyle, food, and thought, or spirituality, is 3 aspects of the same reality. If you take care of one and neglect the others, you'll end up just as sick. I also believe that no matter how poor we are as African people, we can improve the quality of the food that we eat by educating our parents on how to prepare it for themselves. Okay, community gardens, and not only that, now the technology is such that you can grow crops in your house if you have the right technology. I know several Africans who have the farm indoors because they live in a place where they don't have access to land. So there's so many different ways we can improve the health of African people through education and opportunity. I think that's one area that we have to become more sufficient at. I think there's one area where our scholar warriors who are very adept at that type of science really have to step up and start giving back a little bit more to get our people on the right track. Number 1, we got to educate the children. It's going to be difficult to make any lasting change to any people or any community if that change is not normalized into the culture. Right now, eating healthy is still a marginalized area of activity for black people. It's it's an eccentricity. You know, it's a specialty. Eating healthy is a specialty amongst black folk. That's a problem. Because if it's a specialty, that means most people do not do it. We have to normalize it. And in terms of normalizing it, one of the critiques I would have of the vegan and vegetarian community, don't be so extreme at first in introducing African people to an alternative diet. A lot of our people are being influenced away from going holistic because the holistic practitioners are coming at them with an all or nothing proposition. You cannot give a baby solids. You got to feed them baby food. Don't tell them that they can only eat these types of vegetables. Don't tell them that they can't eat no animal products at all. Slowly grow them. Meet them where they are. Slowly wean them off the meat. Slowly wean them off the fish. And take them from that stage all the way on up. I think we're being too aggressive in our intent to improve the health of our people. And it's not improving them at all. Improving the health at all. Extremism. I don't care if it's dietary extremism. I don't care if it's spiritual extremism, political extremism, ideological extremism, religious extremism. It never works in the long run because the average human being isn't equipped or interested or has the motivation or effort to live an extreme life. So if we want to bring veganism and vegetarianism to African people, let's do it in a very realistic, practical, and patient fashion. Let's get away from the all or nothing proposition because we're going to lose more than we gain.
Contact information.
Contact information, drumarjohnson.com, Twitter and Instagram at Dr. Umar Johnson, email drumarjohnson@yahoo.com. Please think about joining the National Independent Black Parent Association, Special Ed Committee, School Finance Committee, School Discipline Committee, Policy Committee, Social Support, Homeschooling, and Parent Advocacy. NIBPA, aka Black Power, and Power stands for Black Parents Organized Against White Educational Racism. Black Power.
Okay, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you.
It was too many topics. We could spend hours talking to you, but so we really
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Hopefully we'll get to work together.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Hopefully
sure.
We'll
Let's do that.
All right.
Thank you, sir.